good evening, a good morning, or a good afternoon, depending from where you're watching us from. These are our faces. I'm Oscar, your host, and with me tonight is Alberto. Alberto, how are you doing?
I'm really excited for the match today. Today we have Sweden versus Italy, and is the last match for those two teams in their group stage. So who win is going to be the first in their group.
Exactly, and we're going to go straight to race number one as the countdown has started for the start procedure. It's going to be Foiled and Seabear on the Swedish side versus FIV Rock and Lorenzo. For the Italian side, I already see some chats in the on the Twitch. RG Tyler saying big test round for Sweden. Let's go Italy. It is going to be probably one of the most tight or high level match in Group A between the vice champion in the Nations Cup being Italy and Sweden, who have seriously upped their level in the past few years and even matches. Both teams are having a perfect tie in their group stages, both having won 7-0 and a 6-1 against their opponents. So this, as Alberto said, is going to decide which of the two teams is going to take top spot in Group A. Tier 7, eSailing, good luck to Italy and Sweden, and Glapo, Sverige. Did I pronounce that right?
Yes, Sweden for, I believe for Swedish. It's really interesting because they're coming from an absolute tight, and this is a great start for Sweden that show how they can do a proper and nice start. At the moment, they're in the lead, but to be honest, Lorenzo and Sieber are really close. So not sure if Sweden can keep the 1-2. At the moment, Lorenzo went on a nice tactic and went on the right, and now is trying to give a penalty for foiled. Let's
That was
speak about
nicely done by Lorenzo, indeed. Just doing that tack to force Foiled to tack again in front of him, and then using the fact that Foiled was doing a maneuver to penalize him. Foiled should have stayed cleared from Lorenzo while doing that maneuver. And it's going to be a tough match for the Swedes, Lorenzo being one of the best Italian sailors, and FIV Rock being one of the most proficient team sailors for Italy as well.
Yeah, remember both of the Italian went to a final of the eSailing World Championship. Lorenzo is doing 3 in a row, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Rock did his in 2022. No, Rock did his in 2021. On the other side, we have Sieber, that is a professional athlete in the match racing in Sweden, and Foil, that is a two-time national championship with a boat, Two Crown, is a keelboat really famous in Sweden.
Indeed. So some high level, we're starting the downwind. It's the end course, so short upwind reaching, a long downwind reaching, short upwind. FIV Rock alone on his side, and Lorenzo being sandwiched by the two Swedes. We'll see how he fares against them. Currently, the winning combo is for the Italians 2 and 3 beats, 1 and 4 in a 2v2. But I'm interested in knowing, for the chat, those of you watching us, what do you think the outcome of tonight's match will be? Victory for which team and by how much?
So I'm not going to say that I have a prediction right now, but I already told you what will be mine. Probably I will write it down in an envelope and open at the end of the of the match. But at the moment, we have FIV Rock in the lead on the right-hand side, tailed by Foiled, while Lorenzo and Seabear are facing a 1v1 match over there. It's really interesting because at the moment Lorenzo is going almost a knot and a half more than Seabear, but he will lose the inside, so he's going to act to try to get the inside of that mark. And at the moment, penalty for Seabear too, because he touched the rudder, do not allow Lorenzo to avoid the contact, and the penalty for Seabear.
And a penalty also for Foiled, so the two Swedes having to come out of a penalty. FIV Rock taking the first place, Lorenzo taking third place, and Foiled is going to try to enter the mark zone. He is going to be blocked by FIV Rock, and I think for him, the goal is to try to penalize Lorenzo before getting the penalty from FIV Rock. But I think that Foiled here has touched the mark, rule 31, and this is going to allow the two Italians to take the lead. Swede Sailor, I see in the chat, predicting a Sweden 4-3 victory.
Interesting. FIV Rock and Lorenzo did a magister block on the mark. Foiled almost did a right one, but a huge mistake from his point. And now Lorenzo is actually blocked by Seabear, and that do not allow him to attack anymore. But the laughing that Lorenzo is doing.
Seabear is also losing a lot of speed, and Lorenzo. So Seabear was luffing up, trying to get away from Lorenzo. Lorenzo was kind of luffing down as well. He was gaining more speed, and he actually managed to create some distance between Seabear, allowing him to attack in front of him, as you've seen him just do. And that's going to be impossible now for the Swedes to catch up on one of the Italians to push him into fourth, because that would have been the strategy if they lost the first place.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing tactic here from the Italian that are going with a win of 3-7. And there's no chance for them to come back and change the outcome of the race.
It's going to be therefore a 1-2 for Italy, 3-4 for Sweden, giving this first round to the Italians.
Yep.
And confirmation of the score on your screen.
For the ESWC. But on the other hand, we have Lorenzo and Luca that are two of the strongest eSailor that Italy can provide.
Exactly. We'll also see SGR 88 this weekend during the K Championship Grand Final, so she is no stranger to high pressure events like the Nations Cup. Same can be said for Lorenzo and Luca, obviously. And we're going to switch to race number 2, as the start procedure has been given for this 3v3 in the F50. So usually the strategy is pretty much the same for every race in F50. You want to do a perfect start. You want to be the first one to reach that first mark and that first leeward gate. Reaching these key points or key elements in the race is actually going to put you in a much more comfortable spot for the rest of the race with the F50. There's not a lot of chance or room to be able to catch up on an opponent that is in front of you in the ranking, just because of how the speed with the F50 is and how the wind shadow works for foiling boats. So it's
interesting start. Seems the Swedish are a little bit too early. Difficult situation here for Luka Kozlovic and Harding, but Lorenzo and Pippi had the lead. Luka Kozlovic sacrificed himself to allow the other two teammates to get there. Dr. Crew SGR, though, they're not really far from that. Let's see what is going to happen. Both of them jibed. They want to go in that major puff that is coming. Lorenzo is going already 43 knots, 44 knots. Dr. Crew right now is chasing. SGR is just outside the puff.
And it was a better start for the Italians, as you said. The Swedish came in a bit too fast, a bit too early, and they had to put the brakes on very fast to avoid doing a false start. And that allowed the Italians to take the lead earlier on. Luka Kozlovic, unfortunately, taking the penalty here from Dr. Krul. That was a Rule 10. Dr. Krul on starboard had the priority, and Luka should have given way. We see SGR 88 actually taking first spot. She went into the darker patches over there.
Yep.
And she's going to be fighting for first spot with Lorenzo Pimpi being under Dr. Krul. Lorenzo, let's watch him. currently picking up some speed, but still a bit slower than SGR 88. Until now, SGR 88 hacking above him. That's actually quite a good comeback from the Swedish.
Yeah, big mistake by the Italian by choosing the wrong mark. SGR chose the right mark, the left mark, and she get the position. Penalty
And
here for Harding, though. That
Harding
from
taking a
Pimpy.
penalty, so rule 20, that was because Pimpy had no way of avoiding the boats. Harding was forcing her into the boundaries. And you can't put a sailing.
But
You can't put
right
a
now, Dr.
sailboat
Krul is in trouble
checkmate.
because when he's going to tack over Pimpy, he's going to be really close to the boundary, but he's going to lose a couple of positions there. And now Italy come back from a bad position into a really, really strong one with Pimpy, Lorenzo, and Luka Kozlovic in second, third, and fourth. Now
That's actually
SGR need to do something.
some good racing by both teams. So the Italians took the early start, but then SGR 88 managed to read the wind better than the Italians, taking the lead. For a moment there, the Swedish looked like they were about to take over, but then the Italians managed to fight back and defend well. Currently, the Italians are in the winning combo with a 2-3-4, so it's going to be for SGR 88 to try to slow down the Italians, or for Dr. Krul. Let's see where Harding is. Harding is a bit far to be able to catch up for now. But maybe Dr. Krul with the correct tack or jibe can slow one of the Italians down at least.
Really risky for the Italian situation with Lorenzo losing a couple of positions and now being the last for the Italian team, but is close enough to slow down firstly Dr. Krul, maybe lately Harding. At the moment, SGR is slowing down massively Pimpy. But
it's the last downwind, so it's the last more or less the last leg really to try to set the things up before the last downwind and then reaching finish. Usually not much happens during the reaching leg. The rankings are just set, and half a downwind is a very short distance to try to create a difference. And well, Lorenzo and Harding are. Lorenzo's going to push Harding all the way towards the boundary. Watch out, I'm not going too deep into the boundary. SGR 88 taking the same penalty as Dr. Krul in the first leg, trying to push Pimpy out of the boundaries, but Pimpy just could not move. Therefore, it is SGR 88 who will take the penalty.
Really, really well done, the Italian.
Yeah, currently a 1-2-3 for the Italians, so that was a very tactical race on both sides.
Yep. Swedish better a strategy as demonstrated on the first gate. The Italian much better tactic. And the 1v1 was destroying on the Swedish. Really, really kudos to the Italian here.
Oh, it's going to be the 1-2-3 for the Italians, 4-5-6 for the Swedes. And that just show that we're likely going to see these kind of races throughout the event. It's going to be two teams that are very strong and that can really put the other team in a difficult position.
Really well done to the players, connecting super fast and ready to go. JL, L7, Charizard, and Tommy Tumble are part of the Italian team race winner. So really, really strong team over here. On the other hand, we have Zui. 300 and Yoko. Zui 300 being a Locomore. Peter Olson is the ex super yacht captain. So another really good sailor on that side.
Quickly
And we
putting and
have-
showing the group stage or the group scores in each group. You see for Group A, Italy and Sweden are in a perfect tie. Whether it's in number of decisive wins and narrow wins, or in point difference between them and their opponents, or anything else, it's really an exact perfect tie. So whoever wins again is going to take top spot for Group A, and will be fighting against the fourth of Group B.
a lot
And
of
Group B
penalties
is not
during this
picked yet,
start.
apart from Japan.
Sorry, a lot of penalty during the start, but definitely the winning combo is of the Italian with the 1-2-4-5, with only Seabear that started without a penalty. Penalty start for foil, the couple of penalty for Yoko and Alokoma.
So we'll see how that turns out, but so far the majority of the Italians have the majority of the Swedes in control. You see that at the top of your screen, the 3 white sails being the Italians, the 3 dark sails being the Swedes. All the three Swedes being in the wind shadow, and over here Seabear is going to be fighting with Charizard. But the rest of the Italian fleet is coming in on the starboard, so he will not have priority if they ever cross path.
I think the Italian at the moment have a 1-2-3-4. If they're smart, they will try to have a 1-2-3 and run away, and the fourth trying to make havoc against the opponent.
Yeah, because with the 1-2 position, the only losing scenario they can have is a 7-8.
Yeah. But they are in a comfortable enough position to be 1-2-3.
Yeah, exactly.
And left space for the fourth to come in.
So
and
it
we
it's gonna be
understood who is
JL77's job
exactly
to do the slowdown.
more than happy to do that. Not a spotless job at the moment by JL.
Yeah, he did
Italians
slow
still
down, but
close.
no penalties were given, so... But Seabear, we see Seabear eager to try to overtake.
Yeah.
But he's still in front, but is not going to have the inside of the mark.
Oh, here's the penalty number 1.
And I give a penalty to Seabear. Watch out for the Italians, they look very close to each other, so they might be slowing each other down a bit too much.
And there's a no-win zone over there. As you can see here, foil is going at 11 knots. Italian is going at 10. They missed the puff. And now the Swedes can catch up because of another tactic, another strategic decision. Before was SGR, now is the Italian going on a no-win zone. As you can see, LS77 going, LS7 is going almost a knot less than the Swedish. Tommy now is coming back, but Charizard is being covered. JL77 is trying to give a penalty to foil. There is an overlap. He has the right of way, but it's really, really close call here. And he decided to jump.
Charizard still in first, Sweet 300, also known as Alec Moore. He's gonna try to put Charizard in his wind shadow. We have JL777. Sorry, just JL77. 77 coming right behind him. I believe Tommy Tambo is more or less free, but not necessarily for Charizard.
Tommy Tambo and
Charizard
Charizard
are now caught up.
are doing a
between
good job
the Swedes.
here.
Both
Big
calls
miss for
encounter
JL.
here between the 777 and Sweet 300. And suddenly this puff is gone, so the boats are going to start to slow down a lot, while Tommy Campbell and Charizard still manage to get a bit of wind. So now that the two Italians are free in front, the Swedes really need to focus strong on LS7 and JL77. Push them back.
Yeah. The risk is here that LS7 being taking the overlap here, but no, he has the right of way. He can give a penalty to Yoko, but he doesn't do that for no apparent reason, and he loses over Yoko the position.
He didn't manage to touch Yoko's boat, so Yoko managed to get in front and is now putting a bit of a meters in to LF7, so he's going to be the one probably trying to slow LF7 down. As I said, that Yoko slows down LF7, gains some speed, and takes the overlap, but nothing he could do against Yoko, who puts the penalty on him. And hopefully for the Swedes, that'll allow Foiled to try to blanket LS7. JL77 is currently in 8th. LF7 taking another penalty from Foiled, and so now it's going to be 4 and a third penalty for LS7 from Seabear, being targeted by the Swedes, but they have to do that if they want to put the two Italians in 7 and 8, meaning that Tommy Campbell and Charizard, we see them having slowed down to try to help out the teammates if needed, and it looks like they need it.
LS7 is in a major trouble. Charizard is doing his best to slow down Locomore, but now Foiled is coming to the rescue. And this one will be really interesting because the battle now is between JL77 and Foiled and Zui 300.
As we see Foiled get closer to JL77, watch out for the friendly fire between Foiled and Sui 300. Foiled attacking again over JL77. He's not going to look too much at Charizard, they still just need to focus on two Italian boats. So if the other Italians' boats start slowing them down, it doesn't really matter as long as they can keep JL77 and L7 still in 7 and 8. No need to try to finish the fastest, but so far the Swedes still have the winning combo.
Yep.
We'll see how the Italians react to try to revert that.
It's a really nice battle here.
Tommy Campbell very close to Yoko over there. Charizard
and seems
is...
also Charizard is losing some position here.
Yeah, Yoko attacking in front of him. And Yoko actually taking second place. We see Seabear coming in fast. Yoko taking a penalty, but Tommy Campbell also taking the penalty, and Sweden are going to take 2 and 3. JL77 is going to be 7 and 8. Let's actually see at the overall rank.
So, since now all the 3 races I've predicted correctly, so I think I will be.
and you've just jinxed it by saying that.
I'm just saying so far I'm okay. Then we will see later what is going to happen.
Well, we see who we're gonna see fighting in this next race in the Star 3v3 mix. Alakomar Harding, SGR versus Amos, DB Lorenzo, and Pimpy. We're gonna switch to the water for race number 4.
Do you think it's appropriate to ask the chat if they consider it a victory from Sweden or something, a big loss from Italy in the previous race? What do you think of this statement, Oscar?
I think it is a win for Sweden for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's I don't think it's like a huge loss for Italy. I think it's a learning opportunity. They have
Okay.
put several players that are very good, that we've seen several times,
Mhm.
but that we know also can get better. And I think this race is exactly what they can analyze, because they have a strong opponent with the Swedes over here. And the rest of the competition is just going to be as hard, if not harder, with the knockouts.
Yeah, definitely a good learning opportunity here. And for the start of this race, we have, I would say, a tie because the three Swedish started really, really well, but Amos was in front of Harding and forced him to attack and is blocking Alokomor and SGR88. That will be interesting to see what is going to happen, because at the moment the two Swedes are blocked on the left hand side.
Yep, with this combo, it's going to be 10 points for Sweden and 11 for Italy. So the winning combo currently belongs to the Swedes, but it's still too early to say anything. We know with the star, especially, the downwind is going to change likely a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the M course now.
So
a
we'll
long
have a
upwind
big
reaching.
downwind.
Yep, huge downwind coming up for the last leg. Half a downwind coming up for the 1-2 third leg.
But I think with this right wing shift, Amos Di Benedetto and Lorenzo are going back. And sorry, and Pimpi are going back in 1-3, exactly like this. So penalty for SGR. Amos Di Benedetto in the lead, and the moment Pimpi is going to attack, probably she will be in the top 3.
We're waiting
And let's
for
see
the
what's
attack
going to
as she
happen.
does it. Right now, SGR88 is coming in close, but Pimpy is on starboard, so SGR88 cannot try to cross Pimpy's boat, because she will be the one penalized. Pimpy deciding to tack away and tacking again above the ley line. SGR88 is going to follow. Amos is starting to approach the mark zone, and he is in front of Swede 300 and Harding. Lorenzo is high up over there.
But they're all close, except Amos
They're all
that is
very
running
close.
away.
And watch out for friendly fire. That was very close, and I think that mark rounding could have been a bit more optimized by the Swedes.
Yeah, I agree.
And
At
Lorenzo
the
is
moment,
pushing SPR88 out of the way. So winning combination for a 3v3 is a 1-2 or a 1-3. And if you have 2 and 3, just stay out of 6. So currently, that's what the Italians are pushing for. They see that Amos has first place, meaning that Sweden is going to have second and third. And so they want to make sure that SGR88 stays last.
Yeah.
And that's why Lorenzo here is focusing on her. Meanwhile, Pimpy is going to try to fend off Harding and Sweet 300. Amos Di Benedetto is still going to go fast in front.
Pimpy, though, is doing the Swedish game, slowing down and allowing Lorenzo and SGR to catch up.
And Harding is going to be pushing Pimpy away.
Yeah. And nice tactic of both of the captains.
But I think Pimpy might be able to escape, yeah.
And nice penalty on Harding now.
Sweet 300 was waiting at the mark, and Amos Di Benedetto decided not to round the mark, to come back if needed. Pimpy taking the penalties from Sweet 300. Harding coming in back, and Lorenzo and SGR88 are close to each other. SGR88 has the inside.
And penalty on Alokomor from Pimpy. A nice trick from the Italian. And now she's in trouble
11.
because Harding is there waiting for her. But yeah. But there is still a big downwind now.
They still have a big downwind, but that means that this fleet is staying kind of close to each other, meaning that we're likely going to see more maneuvers coming up. Pimpy taking the penalty here, being a bit too aggressive on SGR88, hitting her from the rear. And the Swedes now have 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've read it already, but your 7 eSailing said a 4-3 for Italy, probably.
Very interesting combo here. I believe depends a lot on this match.
Harding tacking over Lorenzo.
Yeah, but they're all really, really too close.
Yeah, they're very close, and again, the downwind in the star really doesn't mean anything because it can flip very easily.
Yeah. Bad running of the mark for the Swedes, allowing Lorenzo and Pimpi to get closer. Amos Di Benedetto cannot do much about it right now. He needs to run, he needs to keep the first and hope that Lorenzo or Pimpi is.
What do you think of Swee's 300 strategy here? He's currently covering Amos.
Yeah.
Do you think might as well try to slow Amos down in case they can take first place?
Yeah, he needs to take the first place. If he can take the first place, the race is won by the Swedes. Amos needs to defend his position. Lorenzo needs to get the position over SGR.
We're getting close to halfway for that downwind penalty behind from SGR 88 puts by Lorenzo.
Pimpi now needed to run away, try to... Amos do not have to lose the position like he did right now.
So Sweet 300 takes first. Amos is still very close. We're less than 200 meters away. And Amos is going to be waiting for Sweet 300.
And they're going for the 2-3-5 combo. So Pimpi is out of the way.
That's going to be a very close finish.
That would be a really, really insane close finish. A penalty here can change everything. And there's a penalty.
For Harding. Given
Harding
by
needs
Amos.
to come back as soon as he can. Exactly like this. And now need to help SGR. Lorenzo need to get that position. They are on a winning combo, the Swedes, at the moment. Lorenzo with a penalty, though, can change everything. And penalty for SGR, she's too aggressive.
Takes the penalty. Harding is going to come. Lorenzo is going to take the penalty, but is that going to be enough for the Swedes to overtake Lorenzo before he crosses the finish line? I do not think so. It's going to be a 1-5-6 for the Swedes.
Impressive.
And a 2-3-4 for the Italian. But it is off. 10 players are in. Countdown has reached 0, so we're going to start the race and switch to the race shortly. Alacomor, Dr. Cruel, Seabear, SGR88, and Yoko for the Swedes. Amos Di Benedetto, Luca Kozlovic, Rocco Guerra, Charizard, and Tommy Tamble for the Italians. Again, strong lineup on both sides.
Yeah. Really, really strong lineup on both sides. The battle will be intense. Five v five with Ilka will be an interesting match here. Big strategy is required, but a lot of tactic also. "20 seconds to the start."
So, worst winning combination or easiest combination to kind of have in mind to compare yourself to is a 1-2-5-9-10 is the most amount of points that you can have for winning the race. In the 5v5, 1-2-5-9-10. is your point of reference.
Penalty for Yoko. Nice victory for the start for the Italian. Big miss from Charizard here over SGR. Massive right wing shifty is coming. Penalty for Luka Kozlovic by tacking on his opponent on the right hand side. Really difficult to call it. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10 at the moment for the Italian is not a good situation here where you need to come back. Not sure if though Tommy Tumble is in 9th position.
Well,
I
with
believe
the
with
tag
the right wing
coming
shift.
in, yeah, we might take the lead.
Yeah. Maybe Dr. Curl will be a pain over there, but
It was risky, but Dr. Cool maybe could have gone a bit further before tacking.
Yeah.
But it would have been risky because Tommy Tumble was very close, and if they touched while Dr. Cool was maneuvering, Dr. Cool would have taken the penalty. So he decided to force Tommy Tumble to do a double tack and avoid taking the penalty himself yet. It's probably too early in the race to commit to a decision.
Yeah. It's really difficult. The Swedes have all the position in the middle. I believe they have a huge possibility to get the lead with Dr. Krull here. And the wind shift that are coming are kind of strange. Dr. Krull wants to marking directly Tommy Tumble, allowing his teammates to come back over him. Tommy Tumble really bad attack over there.
And they're probably going to swap places between Dr. Cool and SGR88.
Yeah.
Tommy Tamble attacking SGR88, actually not focusing on Tommy Tamble this time. Ramos Tibereto still in second.
The Swedish at the moment have the lead with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's winning for the Swedes. Again, if you have 1, 2, and 9, 10, then the worst you can get as your fifth player is fifth. Currently it's 8th for the Italians, but we're approaching the mark, and that can change a lot of things. Watch out for friendly fire. Nice maneuvers by that was Yoko maneuvering between his teammates, but Sweet 300 over here kind of blocking his teammates, taking a penalty, being head to win.
Yeah, and Charizard was the one
and,
get.
Charizard, well, taking the penalty actually here. Nice defense by Seabear, just gonna allow Dr. Cruel to cover him. And Sweet 300 is very close every time. The Ilka is a very fast boat and a very
Oh, friendly fire again. Yoko over Arlokomor.
What's happening behind Tommy Tamble onto SGR's 88? Boat putting the penalty on SGR 88. Amos and FIV Rock are gonna go fast.
So now is a winning combo for the Italian, but it's definitely too early to call.
And FIV Rock taking a penalty, was that a Rule 31? Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't matter, it's so far ahead. Luka Kozlovic getting one position, Charizard giving another penalty on Yoko, allowing Tommy Tumble also to come back. Luka Kozlovic in 5th, they have 1 to 5. Dr. Krull now is in danger because he needs to destroy Luka Kozlovic. He's trying his first, is a miss.
That was a close call. It's gonna be Swee's 300 job to do that. Attacking Luka Kozlovic, having to attack as well. Seabear coming in fast, putting the penalty on Luka Kozlovic, but lost a lot of meters.
Yep.
But they need to continue to do that if they can. Unfortunately, they have no more players in front to do that again.
But the Italians have.
But the Italians do have 2 players in front.
Lokomor actually is doing.
What you saying, sorry?
Yeah, Lokomor is doing Zui 300. He's pushing on the Italians.
Tommy Tamble taking the penalty from Yokos, V300 deciding to attack now. Edge Dr. Cruel is going to attack over Charizard, and Seabear is going to be coming in close. And looks like
Dr.
there's
Crew
going
is
to be a lot
in
of
a dangerous
communication on this
position
Swedes
there.
side. Yeah, I think there's a lot of talking on the Swedes team, because it looks like they're just organizing themselves, placing themselves in the spots to put the penalties. Yoko putting the penalty, but being stopped and on 22.3. That means that he was head to win, moving down, so he doesn't have any kind of priority in that scenario. Dr. Crew waiting at the mark, but taking the penalty from Charizard, and it's going to be Luka Kozovic trying to slow down the rest of the Swedes behind him. Charizard managing to go away. Dr. Crew cannot catch him in his wind shadow. Luka Kozovic is going to be trying to slow the rest of the fleet down. They have a 1-2-3, so that's a very nice position for the Tans to be in. Tommy Tambo falls down to 10th after being given a penalty by Sway 300.
Nice victory here for the Italian team. There's no way they can come back. Charizard is too far ahead of Dr. Cruel. He cannot be covered.
Yep, so
and I believe we have the victory of Italy here.
Even if they manage to push Luka in 9.
Yeah, it's not enough.
And Dr. Cool taking a penalty, but I think it's still, like, you saw that she lost the race. It doesn't matter. Practice in putting these penalties on the other opponents. And final scoreboard is going to be this one. And Lorenzo will be an interesting 2v2 indeed. Foiled and Yoko for Sweden versus Amos Di Benedetto and Rocco Guerra for Italy. Yep.
I believe this one will be a really, really interesting match. I still see an advantage from the Italian having a two-member, both the member of the team doing an ESWC final. So on the skill level, they're a little bit stronger, though the Swedish practice much more tactic. So on skill level, Italian and strategy, Italian are a little bit stronger. On tactical level, maybe the Swedish are a little bit stronger. So let's see what's going to happen now.
25 seconds to go. Kucha Anna sending wings.
What we need to do with that wings?
Fly away.
Eat them.
But yeah, 5 seconds to go. Close. Every boat is very close. Watch out for any false starts. You want to be absolutely perfect in terms of maneuver. Yoko doing a false start. As I was saying that, one taking the lead.
Sorry about that. The timing was precious. Now Italy have the lead because Swedish have the last one. You do not need to. You do not have the last one if you want to win. That is the only rule. But though Foiled is still in the lead, so Foiled can slow down his opponents, and we'll see what's happening with the first wind shifts.
Crossing close call between Rock and Amos Di Benedetto. Foiled is going to have to tack away if Rock is forcing Foiled to lose a bit of speed.
And that was an interesting choice from FIV Rock, because FIV Rock have the possibility to give a penalty to Foiled, but he didn't want to risk it. Risking that thing is too costly, so they says, okay, play it safe. Don't push too hard. We have the lead. We have over 40 meters lead over Yoko. Let's go fast. Don't risk anything. It's not worth it. Let them
this
do
early
the
on
risk.
in the race is too early in the race to try to commit to any kind of attacks that are like that. Better to wait for the first upwind. This is usually the first upwind mark. This is usually where you can start deciding where to place your players and what to do against your opponents. It's the M course again, so it's going to be this long upwind, and then half a downwind, then half an upwind, and then a long downwind, each separated by a reaching leg.
And the early start, the OCS from Yoko is super costly for the Swedish that were almost tied up during the start. At the moment, Foyle is trying his best, but at the moment he's in second position. Amos Di Benedetto will tuck over him, and FIV Rock have the possibility to gain over both of the sailor on the left. As you can see, Amos tucking really over the ley line, foiled also two. They are still really close, Amos Di Benedetto and Yoko, because Yoko is coming with a massive right wing shift. So this one is a tactical move done by the Swedish that actually give them the power. So Italian do not want to risk. Everyone marks one, and but this one allowed the Swedish to stay close, and this one is risky for the Italian.
Well, they still have the advantage. They still have 1 and 2. We'll see what they decide to do here. Yoko should probably put his kite out, and he does that.
Too late, though. Maybe his late hoist of the kite is the game changer here, because now foil is not that close.
I believe the OCS was probably more costly. But foiled is slowing down Amos by almost a knot. More than a knot. Watch out for friendly fire.
I believe it's Amos' intention to bring both.
Yeah, on Amos. Well, they want to bring Amos in fourth.
They're doing an amazing job.
Yeah, well, Amos defended very well over here against foiled. Yoko is going to take second place, and he can maybe put a penalty here on one of the Italians in the mark zone, depending on how he plays it. But FIV Rock has the inside, so Yoko is going to have to give way. Foiled 1 touching the mark. 31 being slowed down for 10 seconds. That's going to allow Amos to increase the gap that he has. Yoko just went a bit too leeward on that reaching leg, lost a few meters, allowed Amos to also increase the gap that he had between him.
Now the Swedish are doing the right tactic. They're trying to split. See who is following them. If one is following means if he's stacking too much, he's going to lose the speed. So at the moment Yoko is stacking. Rock and Amos do not need to do this kind of maneuver. They're stacking too close to them. They're 1v1 marking their opponents, and they should have a more loose kind of covering of the opponents. By doing all these stacks, they are slowing down.
Nice. The Italians keeping their 1-2 for now.
Yep. There's a puff coming. If they gain enough that they can run away, they can have an easy victory even with a long downwind, because they can run away and win. Let's see.
Yeah, they can create maybe enough big of a gap before the Swedes can put their wind shadow on them.
Yeah.
There is about plus 30 meters difference between the two currently, and now
they're
it's
really close.
So Amos going on the right, FIV Rock staying on port. Foiled is going to be following FIV Rock. Yoko is going to go straight towards Amos, but Amos is just out of reach from Yoko, so it's going to be decided on the jibes that he decides to do. But Foiled can catch up to FIV Rock. And he's starting to slow him down a bit more. FIV Rock slowly losing some speed. And Yoko jibing onto FIV Rock.
Here's a nice dance for the team. Nice attack by the Swedish. FIV Rock right now is in a kind of a trouble. Let's see how they close it. FIV Rock playing smart here, losing his direct opponent and have a 1 and 2.
Yeah. Who wins it?
Who is it, Oscar? I put my prediction
I did
out.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything, so one of the team is definitely gonna win it.
No, my prediction is Sweden win this one.
Yeah, you did say prediction for Sweden.
A 5-2.
So to keep the commentators neutral, I'm gonna have to say Italy.
Fair enough.
But I'm more interested in what the viewers think. Sweden or Italy for this race? With 20 seconds to go.
They're getting close to the starting point. Italy is trying to push. Sweden want to lead the start. Sweden is kind of early, I believe.
Maybe a bit early, yeah.
Actually, no. Harding, though, is going really, really fast, going 4 knots more than JL. At the moment, Dr. Krul is in trouble, but Harding is in the first position, and he can create a little bit of problem here. Yeah, slowing down.
Dr. Krul's taking a penalty, but so is JL77, and Harding is going to try to penalize the last of the Italians, and does that. So both of the Italians are in penalty. Watch out by the friendly fire. I believe that was Harding putting a penalty on Dr. Krul, but currently the Swedes lead with a 1 and 2.
Yeah. Really well done by Harding. The block was impressive. And the Italian did nothing to avoid it, even it was a messy situation. Let's see if the Swedish can keep this situation going.
Now it's all about managing the race in the F50. When you have the lead in a 2v2, you just need to be able to manage your opponents effectively and correctly.
I, to be honest, do not understand the Italian tactics here. Sweden have the control. Finally, the Italians are going away from the covering of Christian Harding.
Well, Harding is going to actually follow Dr. Krul here. He attacked again pretty fast.
Risky tacking here for Christian Harding. Too high over the ley line. He exposed himself to the dirty win from Dr. Krul, but is still keeping himself in front of JL77 that is slowing down massively. And actually, Charizard is gaining a little bit. Oh, they cannot make it. They cannot make it. They're just beside the. Christian
So still a
Harding
1 and
keeping
2.
the yeah. Look how fast he's coming to you from underneath of Charizard.
Well, there is a slight puff, like a line of puff over here, a line of stronger winds. You see this with the darker colors on the water.
Mm-hmm. But there's no wind here, 12 knots.
And no wind here.
Harding going at 27, JL 26, Charizard still 27.
Dr. Cool is actually starting to pick up more speed, was approaching the 30 knots. But that's kind of it with the F50. You know, when you have a puff in the F50, you immediately see the difference. And as soon as the wind goes away, you just slow down drastically. And with the F50 being faster than the wind, then you know, you can start catching the puff at the start of the leg, and then suddenly you're out of wind.
Interesting choice here from the Italian to go on the left-hand side. It's the only things they can do. Try to split, try to go to the other direction.
And if JL77 is lucky, he might have a straight path towards the ley line. And as I say that, wind shifts, but slowly comes back. So we'll see.
Will be enough for him to catch up on Harding?
No.
How to kill the suspense.
No,
so 1-2 Sweden.
Unless like they start touching the mark, going out of boundaries or something like this, I don't think.
Yeah, they do not have.
I don't think the Swedes lose this one. It was again, everything was done at the start. Harding taking the better start and managing to put a penalty on both of the Italians. And despite Dr. Cool being penalized by one of the Italians, the fact that both of the Italians were penalized just put the Swedes in a more comfortable spot to take the lead in the first downwind and then keep the lead throughout the race, just managing the Italian fleet. And they're going to finish in a 1 and 2 position.
That's really exactly how they predicted. They predicted the whole race exactly how they came up. I says Sweden will win race 3 and race 7. They won race 3 and race 7. Today, my prediction was not impressive. More than that.
I mean, it was perfect. You couldn't have done better.
I could have done better. Yeah, we're facing the fourth in the Group B. That would be or Switzerland or Poland, and we will be seeing tomorrow who will be the opponent of Italy and Sweden. Obviously, Italy will face the fourth, so Sweden will face the third. If it stay like this, Sweden, Poland is vindication from last year. The Swedish Polish match is always one of the most exciting.
Yeah, they've been doing some back and forth for a while. When if we look at the history, if Sweden won one match, then Poland will win the next one.
Exactly.
So we'll see how this turns out today. I think the last one to win their encounter was Sweden. Was Poland. So if we follow the historical back and forth, Sweden will win this time, but we'll see. We'll see during the knockouts. Again, big congratulations to Italy, so taking the lead, as Alberto said, in Group A. Sweden is now confirmed second for this group, and then third and fourth is going to be dependent on the outcome of Hungary versus Germany on Wednesday evening at 20 UTC. For Group B, as we mentioned earlier, Japan is first no matter what, and then the rest of the standing is going to depend on the outcome of the match between France and Switzerland. That's happening tomorrow at 20 UTC. Italy will go against the fourth of Group B. Sweden will go against the third of Group B. Hungary or Germany will, depending on who is where, but the third of Group A will go against the second of Group B, and the fourth of Group A will go against the first of Group B. Shoes, thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Joining us at the end of the stream. Quickly reading the chat, Jersey E7, eSailing, nice one. Harding surprises. Indeed, Harding did do a very good job during that race. He was the reason why Dr. Cool managed to take that 1 and 2 position for the rest of the race. Kutya Anna, well done Sweden. Good night from Portugal. Hope you have a good one, and hope you can enjoy Portugal as well. I think it's time for us to wrap it up. As I said, tomorrow 20 UTC is going to be France versus Switzerland. After tomorrow, on Wednesday at 20 UTC, is going to be Hungary versus Germany. This has been Oscar, your host, with me, Alberto. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night.
Good night, everyone.